So get out your sheets on assignment 1, review 1, and then make sure you have the correct answers. I'll start with Dalton over here. Again, Dalton, who was the first person to anticipate Great Britain's problems in maintaining the American colonies? So if you don't have these correct on your sheet, make sure you put them on there. So we're on assignment 1.
Count Verzane.
Count Verzane, remember, he's the one that stated pretty specifically that the American colonies are going to start to feel less dependent upon Great Britain, and they're not going to be interested in helping pay that great war debt that Great Britain accumulated. Okay, the second one, JC, name the 4 major problems that Great Britain was forced to deal with in governing their vast empire across the world.
You want me to name all 4?
Go ahead.
Okay, the future of Florida and Canada, the need for new taxes, the western lands, and the weakness of British leaders.
Very good. Slowly, one more time for those with ADHD. Go ahead.
Okay, the future of Florida and Canada, the need for new taxes, the western lands, and the weakness of British leaders.
Very good. And I didn't ask you for an example of each, right? So you just have to list the 4. Okay? Do you think I'm going to screw up? No, Josh. Is that right? Concerning the western lands, what were the reasons for Pontiac's conspiracy?
The Indians wanted the British to lower the price of goods, and the Indians wanted the British to supply ammunition.
Very good. That's exactly right. The Indians wanted the British to lower their price of goods they were trading with, and they also wanted the British to supply them with ammunition. In both instances, they were denied. Okay? Sage, give me 2 reasons that King George III was considered an ineffective leader of Great Britain.
His ministers were only interested in pleasing him, and he was very stubborn.
He was very stubborn, but make sure you put on that she has it partially right. I want to make sure you get it right because detail matters in AP US history. His ministers were only interested in pleasing him rather than doing what was best for Great Britain. Okay? So if you have a presidential cabinet, they should make you a better president by doing things that are in the best interest of the country, not just worried about pleasing you. Okay, Olivia, who did Great Britain name as Prime Minister in 1763 that took measures to put the country on solid financial foundation?
George Grenville.
George Grenville, very good. Okay, Morgan, tell me the 2 things that the Proclamation of 1763 established in the Western lands.
It ordered all settlers in the Western lands to east of the Appalachians, and it gave the Native Americans their...
Okay, very good. And you can say Indians, it's not politically incorrect yet. Okay, so it's okay to say Indians if you want at this point, okay? All right, very good. Okay, Pistol Pete, list the 4 groups of colonists that were resentful toward the Proclamation of 1763.
Farmers, fur traders, merchants, land speculators.
Okay, very good. And I'm not asking you again to give an example at this point, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay? All right, Maddie, as a result of their concern about smuggling, list the 4 steps the British government took to keep smuggling under control. Now, I just want to point out, of course, you answered this, these really were illegal. But remember, later they passed the acts that made them legal, because it was a law. But tell me these, please.
The British Naval Patrol inspected ships as they came to the port,
Okay?
and they inspected warehouses for smuggled goods. The
Okay.
British government searched private homes, and then they hired like snitches.
Very good. That's very good. Very good. Okay, Elise, what was the name of the law passed by Parliament that forbid the use of paper money to pay taxes levied by the British Parliament? Of? Is that right? Okay. Currency Act of 1764. They had to pay with gold and silver. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to pay with paper, and the government said no. Okay, Paris, what was the name of the law passed by Parliament required the colonists to provide barracks and supplies for British troops stationed in America?
The Quartering Act of 1765.
Very good. The Quartering Act of 1765. Ivan, I'll tell you what, there's a benefit of not being a very good golfer. You don't get to go on the trip, but you get to listen to me. Yeah. I hope he's bad. I hope he's as bad as I am all the time. Because I enjoy having him in class. That's the glass half full. Okay? I was thrilled that you didn't make it, right? Okay. You're not going to make a living golfing, son. You're going to make a living thing. Yeah. Here we go. So here we go, Ivan. What were the two goals that Parliament hoped to accomplish with the passage of the Sugar Act of 1764?
Reduce taxes for the citizens in Great Britain, and it was raise money to protect colonists from other countries.
Right, very good, perfect. They wanted to raise money to protect the American colonies from enemies, but they also wanted to lessen the burden on British citizens back in Great Britain. Very good. Okay, let's see, we're to Casey. Explain the difference now, dear, between a direct tax being levied by the British Parliament and a tax or direct tax levied by a colonial assembly.
A direct tax goes like straight to the government that levies the tax.
That's right. So if Parliament levied the tax, they get the money. If the colonial assembly levies the tax, they get the money. Very good. Okay, we'll move over to Tristan. Give me two examples of licenses that were taxed as a result of the Stamp Act of 1765.
Legal documents and advertisements.
Okay? Keisha, give me two more.
Newspapers and playing cards.
Okay, and one more. Can you come up with another one, Taylor? Yeah. Is that it? Did I miss it? I think that's it. You're going to need to know how many? Two. Very good. Okay, Lauren. Why was Prime Minister George Grenville surprised when the colonists reacted angrily toward the Stamp Act of 1765? Why was he upset? Or why not upset, but why was he concerned they were upset? And they didn't come up with one, so he just had a hard time believing that. So how many answers do we have there, kiddos? 28, they're going to be worth 2 points apiece, so this quiz Tuesday will be worth 56 points. Very good. All right, remember. Yes.